God of soil and wheat and hidden transformative power, stretch and mold us by your grace, that we may become bread for the world. Amen. Please be seated. Three measures of flour is a lot. It's close to 40 pounds, which is enough to feed, 100 people, maybe more? That little factoid got dropped into the middle of 5 other parables about fields and pearls and mustard seeds, so you may not have actually clocked it, but I want you to hold on to it. 2 weeks ago, we were soil, hard, rocky, thorny, fertile, and those don't describe individual people, by the way. We all have some of each of those soils within us. The question is just which is dominant. So 2 weeks ago we were soil. Last week we were wheat and weeds growing together in a field. And this week we are a very substantial amount of flour. And did you notice that not once in all of those parables are we the ones doing anything? We are not the sower. We are not the landowner or the reapers. We are not the woman mixing the dough. In other words, we are not the ones acting, strutting and fretting our hour upon the stage. We are acted upon. Soil doesn't decide what seeds will be sown in it. Wheat doesn't choose where it's planted or when it is harvested. And flour has zero opinions about what kind of bread it should be. Soil is just dirt until something falls into it and dies. And wheat is just grass until it is harvested, cleaned, milled, sifted, and ground. And flour just sits in the bag until a woman takes some yeast and mixes, actually a better translation is hides some yeast, again without consulting the flour, us. And hide is actually a better word because once the yeast is mixed in, you can't see it, can you? You know it's there because you can see something happening. You can see the dough rising, but you can't see what is doing the work. So the yeast is hidden in the flour, and then what happens? Flour and yeast by themselves don't make bread, do they? You also need water and some salt. But if you just mixed all of that together and left it on the counter, what would happen? Well, something would happen, but would anyone want to eat it? Probably not. The flour has to change. Something energetic and transformative gets hidden inside of it, and then it is worked, kneaded until the internal structure changes, right? Kneading dough literally uses tension and pressure to rearrange protein in the flour. That hidden yeast also has to change, doesn't it? It causes the dough to rise, but in order to do that, it has to die and be absorbed so that its flavor is really all that remains. The salt dissolves, and ultimately heat has to be added to the mixture so that none of it remains what it was. Moreover, the dough does not rise and the bread is not baked for the soil or for the wheat or for the flour. The bread that is baked is for the hungry, for the grieving, the sick, the friendless, the needy, the distracted, the faithless, the ones who do not know how to pray as we ought. See, we all want so badly to be the ones in charge. We all want to have some say, to be the ones who act, who do. We want to know that everything will work out if we just follow this pattern, if we do these things, if we say these words. It's a hard and humbling lesson to learn that we are often more acted upon than acted, and are not yet what we will become, and that we may not even recognize what it is that we are being transformed into. The flour doesn't know very much about bread, does it? It's hard and humbling to realize that we undoubtedly have less say in how the kingdom of heaven comes into being than we would like, if we're soil and wheat and flour. But that doesn't mean that we have zero autonomy, right? The soil can't say no. The flour can't say yes, but we can. In fact, we have to consent to what God is doing. And that consent is really the only thing that is being asked of us, our yes. This thing that we do here every week, this taking, blessing, breaking, and sharing bread, the name for that all actually translates as the work of the people. It's a public work. It's work that is done not entirely for us, but most definitely with us and on behalf of the whole hungry, hurting world. 3 measures of flour is a lot. No one would make that much bread just for themselves, but they might use that much to feed everyone here and still have plenty left over. What is being made out of us here every week with the yeast of this Eucharist mixed in is for more than us. It is for everyone in the world who is convinced that there isn't enough. There is enough. There always has been. That is what we are for. Amen.